Welcome to Creator Review, the series that just kind of appears and disappears out of nowhere every now and then. This episode's creator is Jax. Jax is the creator of both the most liked and most disliked demon in the game. He's pretty much purely known for making the Nightmare autoplay area, Project J, and maybe Super Cycles. But two of those 4 levels are some of the most influential in the game. I'll be honest, because Jax has 15 rated levels, this was one of the most disappointing creator reviews I've ever made. Let's get started. Oh Yeah is Jax's first ever level, made in 1.1 and has an ID of 2519. Level itself, for way back then, is actually pretty unique and creative. The gameplay is pretty fun, but it has some blind jumps, so I'll dock some points and give it a 6. Deco is extremely simple, but it's 1.1, so I guess that's to be expected. I'll just give it a 4. It's barely anything, and just not... It's nothing. It is just nothing. It's not bad, but it's non-existent. Sync is pretty good. I'll just give it a 3. Originality is also pretty high. The splitting path gimmick, probably popularized by Dorbate Shoesway, I don't think existed all the way back in 1.1, so this is actually pretty innovative. Let's just say a 4. Final score, 17 out of 30. Auto play area. Now, I got a serious question to the people watching this video. How the hell do I rate this level? What do I do with the gameplay score? For this video, I decided to up sync and originality to 10 since there needs to be a total of 30 so I can calculate the final creator score at the end more easily. Anyway, let's get the 10 for originality out first. This was the first ever auto, like, come on, it can't really get more original than this for especially 1.1. Sync is also pretty good, definitely above average. Let's go with an 8. Deco, however, is once again bland as hell. I believe this is still 1.1 because there's no ball, but I don't blame Jax for the nothing going on, but besides the background, Deco doesn't exist. I'll just say, let's just say 6. Final score, 24 out of 30. Timing is fine. The gimmick of the level once again for 1.1 is cool. Let's just say 3 for originality. The sync is actually pretty damn good, and the level fits Time Machine well. I'll give it a 4. Deco is even worse than before. Come on, a solid 60% of the level is just half slabs and orbs. Like, could you have not done anything at all with what 1.1 had? There is nothing here. And like, there's really not an excuse for, oh, that's made in 1.1. Time Machine has like 5,000 times better deco than this. There's just nothing. I'll just give it a 3, and the gameplay is actually pretty goddamn annoying as well. I'll give it a 5. Final score, 15 out of 30. Level A is just timing except a 3-star. Nothing about it is interesting in the slightest. It is just a fucking nothing sandwich. The gameplay is boring, 4. The deco is boring and not at all there. It once again doesn't exist, 3. The sync is fine, 2. The originality is nothing, 2. The final score is 12. We've reached the wonderful update of 1.2. The Nightmare is a heck of a lot more interesting than what came before. The gameplay is pretty fun once learned. I'll give it a 7. The deco is pretty interesting. The old version was about as interesting as Oh Yeah. Happily though, I believe the visual overhaul from 1.7 really helped. There's actually more than 10 objects on screen at once. I'll give it a 6. It's still not good, but it's leagues ahead of what came before it, that's for sure. I don't want to fall asleep while playing it. The sync is also nice. Poltergeist tends to have some of the strongest sync in old levels, and this level only further proves that. 5. Originality is also pretty interesting. It's one of the first ever demons. When the demon difficulty was first introduced in 1.3, along with it were rated 6 levels: Nightmare, Lightning Road, Demon Park, Extreme Park, Super Cycles, and one more that I forgot. I'll give the originality a nice 3. It is fine. Final score, a nice meaty 21 out of 30. Auto jumping area, or auto play area 2, as is stated in the actual level, is not bad at all. The deco is a lot better, 6, the sync is cool, 7, and the originality is close to none, but there's some new ideas and the ball makes for some cool new segments, so I'll just give it down the middle of a 5. Final score, 18. Super Cycles, yes! Finally more levels that aren't stupendously boring! The gameplay is really fun and dynamic once learned. It is also a really unique style for way back when. I'll give it a 7. The deco is pretty strong. This is another level that got updated in later updates, this time in 1.8. Let's go with a 6 for deco. The sync is really strong, once again 5. And the originality is also high since this is just one of the most unique gameplay styles I've seen in the entire game. Final score, 23 out of 30. Yes, 1.3 more shit to look at! Jack's Step is pretty nice. The gameplay is fun, but it's really end heavy, so I'll give it a 6. The deco is pretty good, although a bit incomplete. Still better, but nothing, so 5. The sync is pretty good. It represents X Step well, I'll give it a 4. The originality is whatever, middle of the road here, let's say a 3. Final score, 18. I swear this level's harder than both Super Psychos and the Nightmare. Deluxe Bomba is fine. The gameplay is pretty unfun and has some unfair points. It's overall just not fun. 4. The deco is the best so far and it's a fucking clusterfuck. 4. A lot of stuff is very incomplete. The sync is a fine 3. The originality is fine. It's a spiritual successor to Super Cycles, but it's not fun and doesn't look as good. 2. Final score, 13. Exploring Area is basically just Ultimate Jax mix. If this is the first ever level mix, it sure as hell gets some originality points. It seems to be from either 1.3 or 1.4, which is early enough. I'm pretty sure, as far as I know, level mix was invented in 1.6 or 1.7. So I think this might be the first ever level mix, which is something. Here's your 5 originality points, congrats. The rest is absolutely nothing. The gameplay is unengaging and boring. 4. The deco is boring. 4. The gameplay is non-existent. 2. Final score 15. Finally, more interesting levels. Operation is way better than everything Jax has made since Super Cycles. The gameplay is fun. 7. The deco is more than nothing. God bless 1.4. Let's go with the 6. The sync is really good actually. 5. The originality is whatever. 2. Final score 19. Square Madness is fine. Everything about it is right down the middle. Gameplay 5, deco 5, sync 3, originality 2. I'm getting extremely bored over here. Are we done yet? Why the hell did I choose to beat all of these? There's nothing to be said about 90% of these. 15 out of 30. One Day is similar to Deluxe Bomba. It feels like it's harder than all 3 demons I've talked about so far. It's fine. The gameplay is annoying. 4. The deco is fine. 5. We're at 1.5, and besides the texture of the blocks changing from grid to brick to whatever the diamond thing to weird-ass 1.4, we're at the same point in deco we were in 1.2. The sync is good. 3. The originality is nothing. 1. 13. Stand on Track is surprisingly very fun. It's hard as shit for a 5-star, but my god, it is so much more engaging than everything before it, demons excluded. Gameplay, easy 7. The speed portals, who could have thunk? 1.7, me and all my homies love 1.7. The deco is fine, very scattershot, but fine. 6. Sync is good. 3. Originality is nothing. It's just a typical Jax level, but with speed portals. Yay, I feel nothing. 2. 18. Project J is Jax's best level. I don't care what anybody says. The gameplay is very fun once learned, like all his other demons. 7. The deco is something different. He did it! Only took him 15 attempts and 6 whole updates. Woohoo! 7. The sync is really nice. 4. The originality is nothing. It's just electrodynamics, but not really as well decorated. 2. Final score, 20. And with that, we can calculate Jax's final creator score, which is 5.4 out of 10. Most of Jax's catalog is levels that I felt nothing while playing. The only time I felt something was with the demons and Stand on Track. When I first decided to do this creator review, I thought I would have something to talk about. Jax is one of the biggest and most influential creators of all time. He created an entire goddamn difficulty, for Christ's sakes. But when I started to write about all these levels, I just realized how nothing they are. I repeat, the 4 demons, Super Cycle's Nightmare, Operation, and Project J, are really good. I enjoyed them a lot. The rest is nothing. It is so empty. Well, I guess that's all. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.